Welcome everyone, my name is Sumer Ahmed, and in this short video I'm going to talk about my experience with the Seagate storage expansion card for the new Xbox S and Xbox S. So Microsoft's storage implementation on this new Xbox is called Xbox Velocity Architecture, and it can get 2.4 gigabytes per second of raw I/O throughput. Now the interesting thing is this external storage expansion card from Seagate, this is the only external SSD currently available that's compatible with this Xbox Velocity architecture. Now, what that means is you can actually get the same level of performance on this SSD, 2.4 gigabytes per second, as the internal SSD device on the Xbox. What that also means is if you actually want to play the game off the external SSD, this is currently the only thing that's going to work. If you try to use a USB SSD drive on the Xbox, it's not going to work because you're not going to be able to get that same level of performance that can hook into that Velocity architecture. Now, taking a look at this thing, you can see you can get this on the 2 terabyte version on Xbox for $399. Funny thing is, I'm hooking this up to my Xbox S, and if you look at how much Xbox S costs, it's $299. So I'm actually this storage device that I bought that I'm hooking into my Xbox S actually costs more than my whole system. The good thing is you can actually get different sizes that are available. So you can get a 512 gigabyte version for $139. The 1 terabyte version is $220, and 2 terabyte version is about twice the cost of the 1 terabyte version. Now, just to give you an idea of what this thing looks like, I took a few pictures here so you can see here. The device itself is pretty small. And here's a close-up, and here's the back of my Xbox S, and here's that storage expansion slot that hooks into that Velocity architecture. And you can see once it's connected, here's the 2 terabyte version. It's pretty small, barely visible. Here's the top of my Xbox. You can see it, just that storage expansion card just sticks out slightly. Now, the interesting thing is once you get this thing connected, it's pretty cool. Here you can see I have the storage expansion card that's detected. It's 1.8 terabytes free. Now, the internal storage, the Xbox S comes with 512 gigabytes of internal storage, with only 364 gigabytes actually usable. Now, the Xbox X has 1 terabyte gigabyte storage with only about 102 gigabytes usable. So I see a lot of folks actually buying this thing because the issue is with the games today, with the advanced graphics and all the capabilities, and to leverage all of that, the games actually take quite a bit of storage. And 512 gigabytes, even 1 terabyte, is really not enough. So now moving on here, just once I have this thing connected, I can actually start moving and copying over the games from my internal storage directly to my expansion card. I don't have to delete or re-download anything. So you can see here I've selected 3 games. And I just click move selected, and it tells me, okay, you're about to move these 3 games over from internal storage to the expansion card. Looks good. And everything moves over very quickly. Like, I'm talking seconds. It's pretty cool. So here you can see the storage expansion card now is saying, okay, I've now used up 0.7% because I moved over these games. Now, one thing I will mention is one issue I ran into is I'm used to, connecting these SSD drives or external drives to my laptop or computer. And typically, you have to remove safely. There's a process involved to make sure there's no, corruption on the SSD drive. So when I actually connected the storage expansion card, I turned off my Xbox and then connected it, then turned it on, then moved over to games. And what I realized is, and after some additional research and playing around with it as well, is when you do that, you actually run into an issue when you try to play a game off of the SSD drive initially. You'll get an error like this. And to resolve this, all you have to do is just leave on the Xbox, just remove the storage device and plug it back in. This error will go away and everything will work as expected. Okay, that's it for my short video. Hopefully you found this useful.